Oh, hi there. It is a beautiful, bright, sunshiny day, and oh, out of nowhere, Alder, jumping off of cliffs that should probably kill him, but somehow he makes it look effortless. Anyways, he's gonna hand you some oran berries, which actually, at this point in the game, are kind of useful. They restore 10 hit points on a Pokemon, and the Pokemon can actually use it within battle. Oran berries are pretty much useless after very early in the game. But for the first gym battle, if you're still using your starter, it's actually not a half bad idea to put an oran berry on your starter if that's all you have to fight. In fact, I plan on doing that right now. But honestly, oran berries become very useless very quickly, so I wouldn't make it a habit of worrying about oran berries because they're relatively useless. Anyways, you can take a shortcut back to whatever it's called. And no wild Pokemon. Something is clearly wrong with this game for not cheating me and making me have to sit through a wild Pokemon battle. Anyways, back in your hometown, we can now head to the gym. Whoops, I'm going the wrong way. If you need to heal up your Pokemon, I recommend that you do so. But we are actually heading to the trainer's school, which also includes a gym at the very back. Interesting. Apparently this older person is very popular. It's kind of interesting seeing him so early in the game. It makes you wonder, is he still the champion? That would be spoilers, though. We'll find that out in the future. Use an X defend. So useful. And that's sarcasm. I don't know, I've seen some people actually like using those X items, but I generally see them as useless. But I guess it's a matter of opinion. If you want to read about status effects as per any trainer school, you can read the chalkboard in a trainer school, and it gives all the status effect information. That's good information to know if you are not familiar with status effects. I'm gonna generally assume that you kind of understand the basics of status effects, especially since a lot of them are kind of generic throughout RPGs in general. Okay, canceling evolution, which is something you probably will never want to do, but if you want to know, press B. I actually think it's impossible to cancel a trade, like if you evolve a Pokemon through trading it. I think once it starts evolution after you trade it, you can't cancel that, but that's like the only exception. Anyways, gym battle time. Guess who's back? Our favorite stalker, Clyde. Yay! He's going to be back and stalking you and continuing to give fresh water, which might not actually be fresh, and it might actually be spiked with some sort of bad drug or something. Because I just do not trust this guy. I mean, look at those sunglasses. They're clearly suspicious. Clearly. Anyways, he's going to talk about defeating the gym leader, and he's going to give you advice throughout your adventures across the Pokemon League. And guess what? Who's the first gym leader? It's Cheren. Yeah, he's back. Don't worry, he doesn't have really strong Pokemon like he did in Black and White. Of course, in Black and White, he still really wasn't that strong. Anyways, in order to fight him, you have to defeat the two low-level, normal-type trainees in battle by talking to them. So, let's go. Wait a minute, you mean to tell me Cheren saw potential in you? Yeah. You didn't even attack me. You used Odor Sleuth. Ah, bad. Can I beat Cheren? Well, I'm not really sure, but we're about to find out. Anyways, my standard gym battle advice I've been giving for walkthroughs upon walkthroughs: save and heal your Pokemon before fighting the gym leader. I cannot emphasize that enough. I actually don't need to heal because I didn't take any damage. But always save and heal your Pokemon. It's just a good habit to get into, and you won't get screwed over in the middle of a fight. Anyways, with that said, walk up to Cheren, talk to him, and this is his first Pokemon battle as a gym leader, but obviously not his first Pokemon battle. Anyways, here we go. Cheren looks so tough. He's like, yeah, I'm psyched for being a gym leader. Why do I have to use these lame normal type Pokemon? Cheren, if you haven't figured it out by this point, his gym is based around normal types, and he's going to start off with a Patrat level 11 normal type with the Keen Eye ability. Moves are Work Up, Bite, Tackle, and Detect. Detect is actually relatively interesting because it protects him and prevents you from actually doing damage to him. Work Up is a move that you will get in TM form after this battle, which raises both attack and special attack. You do not want him buffing up his Pokemon with Work Up. Bad. Very, very bad. But in general, his Pokemon are not overly strong, and if you've just been using your starter up until this point, you should not have an issue with this battle. He also has one potion in his inventory. Might have more, but I believe it's only one. Cheren, not that difficult. If you are struggling with this battle, you can catch Rylu, but Rylu doesn't learn a fighting type move till level 15, I believe, and Rylu's the only fighting type Pokemon you can get early on in the game. And so you're probably just going to stick to using your starter, which is the most logical thing to do. Lillipup is level 13 and his main Pokemon. It's normal type with the ability Vital Spirit. Its attacks are Work Up, Bite, Tackle, and Helping Hand. You want to be faster than Lillipup because Bite does have a flinching move. Unfortunately, I'm not faster. Lillipup's actually kind of a decent Pokemon. I wouldn't underestimate his gym battle skills, but you should be able to take it down without too much issues. Now, if you are playing on the harder difficulty mode, he actually has a stronger team. I still haven't really done that, so I don't know exactly how it works, but I believe that he gets an extra Pokemon, which is Pidove, and his Pokemon are a few levels higher to make it more difficult. So just keep that in mind if you are trying this out on the harder difficulty. That seems to be a trend for all gym battles, so that kind of goes without saying. I'll kind of not mention that in the future if I forget. But most gym battles on higher difficulty seem to have an extra Pokemon and be a few levels higher. And I kind of was stumbling on my words, so I'm sorry if I made 0 sense there, because I'm still trying to wake up today. Anyways, yay! With that, you will get your first gym badge. 1 down, 7 to go. Boom! I love that animation. Probably one of my favorite things that came out of 5th generation. The basic badge will allow you to make all Pokemon up to level 20 obey you, which is actually kind of important, especially since you might want to trade stuff from Black and White, which you'll be able to do after this first gym battle. He's also going to give you the TM83 Workup, which, like I said, raises normal and special, or attack and special attack moves 1 level. A relatively okay TM for early on in the game, but since you typically train Pokemon to be either attack or special attack oriented, it loses its value the later on in the game. Yes, 2 years ago I left on a journey, blah blah blah. Anyways, that's Cheren for you. When I first fought him, I was kind of probably asking what you're asking. Why didn't he have his really awesome Pokemon on him? Well, apparently he couldn't use them as a gym trainer. I forgot to talk to our stalker Clyde. Anyways, that is all for this battle. But before we finish and end up the part, Bianca's gonna be like, hey! How was it? How was your battle with the gym leader? Oh, the basic match. You're so amazing. Blah, blah, blah. And she's going to give you the TM27 return. It's basically the opposite of frustration. The more your Pokemon like you, the more powerful it gets. I believe its base damage gets up to 102. Don't quote me on that, but it becomes a really powerful normal type late game. So it's actually not bad on your normal types, and it could serve you throughout this entire game if you choose to do so. I find it interesting that they haven't talked in 2 years. It's been 2 years since they've talked? Okay. That's kind of lame. Anyways, they're gonna all register you in the X-Transceiver, and then we're gonna get wrapped up in a 4-way call. It makes you wonder, what happened to your trainer in the original Black and White? He saved Unova. What happened to him? Did he magically die? Did he just fall off the face of the earth? Did he pull an Ash Ketchum and go to another region and leave all of his Pokemon behind? I guess we'll never know. Or maybe I will find out. I don't recall reading anything about it, and I've tried not to spoil myself, but I'm pretty sure your Black and White trainer has no connection with this story whatsoever. If I'm wrong, don't tell me. I want to find out for my own. The gym leader position is very tough. If I had my usual partners. I actually like Cheren's look in this game. I think he looks pretty cool. He looks like he grew up. He reminds me of someone, but I can't think of who he reminds me of. I think it was in some anime that I watched or something. But whatever. The Pokedex may be very important, but enjoy your journey, and that's very true. Typically, the way I play Pokemon games is the first time I play them through for enjoyment, and then I play through them again. Of course, I haven't done that in years because of my walkthrough experiences. I'm actually currently right now playing through Heart Gold and Soul Silver for pretty much my first time, to be bluntly honest. Like, I know I did the walkthrough of it, but I never really got to enjoy the game. I played through it. I'd play through the route before filming because I assumed for the most part, since it was a remake, I knew what I was doing. I did my research on the game, and then I'd film it. And I never once played the game through for an enjoyment purposes, and I'm finally doing that right now. So it just goes to show that doing these walkthroughs, it really does take away a lot of my personal enjoyment of playing the games, and I really am glad that I'm kind of enjoying these games right now on my own time. And one last thing before I wrap up the part. Your rival's gonna come and challenge a gym leader. One last thing. I'm trying to do a daily upload schedule, but I won't be able to upload this weekend. I'm gonna be out of town, so if there's a 2 or 3 day gap where there aren't any videos, it's because I'm not home. But I'm gonna be practicing for the walkthrough while I'm away on trip, so just keep that in mind. If you're looking for videos, don't whine at me for taking a break. Bianca's gonna give you the C gear. The C gear is all online stuff. I don't cover online stuff in this walkthrough, or any of my walkthroughs. I consider online stuff your own thing to do research on if you're interested in that. My goal when I do walkthroughs is to cover the game itself, not online kind of stuff. But the C gear has everything to do with that, and it also is going to enable you to do trading with the original black and white right now. So if you have anything from black and white that you want to trade over, go ahead. Just keep in mind if it's above level 20, it probably won't obey you. But yeah, that wraps up this part. Thank you, and good night.